Chimpeni, MP, PP. Honourable Ishmael Rizik Nkumba, MP, UDF. Honourable Noel Nkubwi, MP, Independent. Honourable Bengo Moses, Independent. And Honourable Walter Nyamilandu, MP, Independent. Honourable members, I wish to inform you that since this committee is being constituted based on the terms of references which I already communicated in this House, I have requested the leadership of the Malawi Congress Party to nominate a new member to replace the one of their members on the list. The committee will be served by a secretariat to be appointed by the Clerk of Parliament. The Secretariat will make arrangements for the ad hoc committee to meet as soon as possible to elect its chairperson. As I earlier guided, the committee will be expected to complete its work within 90 days from the date of their first meeting and report back to this August House during the next meeting of Parliament, planned to be held in August 2026. However, in the interim, my office will be expecting to receive progress reports on how the committee is progressing with its work on a monthly basis. Honourable members, Standing Order 1521 requires that any committee once constituted by the Business Committee should be adopted by this House. In this regard, I now put a question that the ad hoc committee, as proposed by the Business Committee, be agreed to by this House. Honourable members, I now put the question. Those of that opinion say aye. Aye. Those of the contrary opinion say no. The ayes have it and the motion is carried. Honourable members, I thank you very much for your kind attention. Tiolo Tava.
Thank you very much, Right Honourable Speaker. Good morning. I would like to thank you for coming up with a commission of inquiry, but mine is just a concern. The inquiry have no women representation. With the spirit of leaving no one behind, I would like to propose that each party should submit a name for a female MP to be in the inquiry. I thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Cholo Tava, your own party has not nominated a female. So I think as a speaker, I accept the names given by the parties. And this should have been looked at from the party's position. Yes, Whip, MCP Whip.
Thank you, Right Honourable Speaker. I appreciate the announcement that you have made on the composition of the committee, and I rise to echo what the Honourable Minister of Gender has just submitted, and to notify the House that the name that has been withdrawn from the Malawi Congress Party would have been the only female in the committee, which means the gender sensitivity was applied on our part. But that is why I said, Right Honourable Speaker, I used the word, the name that would have been and has been withdrawn. It has been withdrawn from the Speaker's office, which means the Speaker knows that the name was a female. So it's not, Honourable Speaker, we will be resubmitting the third name to your office, but to re-echo what the Honourable Minister of Gender has said. And secondly, Honourable Speaker, would like, through you, to seek guidance from the Secretariat on what an independent would be in the course of composition of this committee, owing to the fact that we have independents that have clearly, openly identified themselves with political parties in this House. Do we still regard them as having an independent allegiance to, in this committee? Thank you very much, Right Honourable Speaker.
Thank you. Whip, you raised two issues. One is to do with the name. You remember we spoke about this 2 days ago, and you were supposed to have already given us another name. I tried also to get hold of you. I failed to get hold of you today. But simply put another name of a female that is acceptable according to the terms. That way, at least we are guaranteed that we'll have a female in the committee. We want to see how your gender. So yeah, we would love you to replace the female name with another female so that we balance the equation. On your second point, I'll have to reserve the ruling, and I will communicate at the right time. Let me follow it up. Otherwise, as Parliament, we look at the point of entry. But let me go deep into it and see how best we can respond. Cheu, yes, your constituency, Honourable?
Central East.
Cheu Central East.
Yes.
Yes, what's gone out of order?
Thank you, Right Honourable Speaker, for granting a point of order from the people of Cheu East Central East. The people of Cheu Central East, they are wondering because the principal victim of the plane crash is Dr. South Chilima from the soil of Cheu. So the people of Cheu Central East are wondering why there's no representative from Cheu, where this is a Dr. South Chilima is the son of the soul of Cheu. So the people of Cheu Central East, they are wondering why there's no representative from Cheu. Thank you, Right Honourable Speaker.
Honourable Cheu Central East, do we have Honourable Bengo Moses in here?
Yes.
Yes, your Honourable. Please repeat your constituency name.
Dailes Moses Mbengo, representing the people of Ncheuzo Zimvai constituency.
Thank you very much. You may take your seat. I don't need to respond more, but you have someone from Cheu there. Thank you.
General business. Questions on notice to ministers for oral replies.
Yes, I see leader, and then I'll come to you, Whip.
Right Honourable Speaker, good morning. Today We'll start with questions under the Minister of Homeland Security. We'll start with questions under the Minister of Homeland Security. I submit, Right Honourable Speaker.
Thank you very much. We'll start with question number, yes, Whip.
Honourable Speaker, I appreciate your earlier ruling, but by identifying Honourable Mbengo from Cheo, that now gives us the picture clearly that we've gotten 7 members from that side. Look, Honourable Cheo Mbengo, Honourable Nkubi, that side, Honourable Nyamilandu, that side, the other 4, that side, 7 members, that side. Don't we have independence here? Don't we have independence here? We have independence here.
Honourable Mwanza Central, please rise. Honourable Ishmael Nkumba, please rise. Can you see where those are sitting? They are representing their parties and they are sitting with you. And then I should also raise your 3 members from this side. I think be fair, your Whip. It doesn't really matter on the independents where they are sitting. We have independents that have written letters to DPP to join, and they are sitting there. Yes, Mwanza Central, you're raising your hand.
Mr. Speaker, sir, I think we are missing the point. Mr. Speaker, each and every independent candidate, whether this side or that side, is affiliated to a political party. So even if you select members from this side or that side or that side, they are independents. Their affiliation in the House is not known. It's silent. So no, it's silent because they came here as independents. And what matters most is that you selected from independents bloc. Thank you.
Yes, Honourable Deputy Whip.
Thank you very much, Right Honourable Speaker. I remember attending the Business Committee. And the bottom line of this, we said we want to have a team that is well balanced. But now what is happening here, it clearly shows that this is not balanced. Because as Mwanza Central has said, all independents are affiliated to a party. Now, if they're sitting that side, it clearly means that they are affiliated to DPP. Those that are sitting on this side, they are affiliated to the parties that are this side. And therefore, I would like to request your office to balance up this. The Business Committee should meet and balance this issue. Otherwise, we are not being fair to the nation. The nation wants us to close this issue. And therefore, let's do that properly. I beg you, Honourable Speaker, sir. Thank you.
Let me say this. Order, honour members. Let me say this. Maybe before I do that, Honourable Deputy Whip, what is your fear?
Thank you very much, Right Honourable Speaker. I'm not fearing anything, but we just want to balance. We want the nation to accept the team that is going to be doing this work so that it's fair and well done. And at that time, even with the leader, we agreed that we want this case to be closed. It's time that we really need to close this case. And therefore, we just need a team that when it goes out there, the nation is going to accept that it's well balanced. That's all, as simple as that. What are your fears, Right Honourable Speaker?
Let me respond. The names that were selected from parties that you were presented to the office, and from the independents that I have a list as independents. And there was a motion that passed. That issue is gone. You should have stopped the motion. But let me also say this, that my office will not be dictated on how to run this inquiry. There has been inquiries before using the same measure. I don't want to go into details. And no one raised the point that these inquiries were full of pastors and who. Today, let me guide Parliament as the powers vested in me and do my job as I know it. And that's it. Thank you. Whip, is it on the same issue? Yes, Madam Deputy Whip.
Right, Honourable Speaker. We are doing this for the nation. And that's why the President has put the responsibility on this House. And that time you equally said that you want this House to leave a legacy in how we are going to conduct this inquiry. And therefore I respected what you said that time. I was in the business committee that time. And I respected your sentiments, right, Honourable Speaker, that for the first time, when this House is going to be doing this inquiry, we are going to have an inquiry that is going to be accepted by the whole country. And this is the first step on how we are doing it. And therefore, I'm surprised that you can go that route without maybe underrating your office, but we say that this is for the nation, and this House is for the nation. And therefore, we just need to balance up. It's just balancing up, nothing else, so that everything that is going to be coming out there is well accepted with everyone. Otherwise, in this way, we are already showing to the nation that something's fishy on how we are doing this issue. And therefore, I'd like to request you, Honourable Speaker, with the Business Committee, as we already said and as already we understood each other, that let's take the right route that is going to help us, and that when this is done, everyone in the country is going to accept it, that yes, it was done in the right way. But with what you have said now, now I'm doubting if really what is going to be done, it's going to be really something that we can respect. With due respect, Honourable Speaker, I still stand on the grounds that you need to go back and look to the independents that have been put there. Because you said it, that you're going to balance up.
Thank you.
And we expected that you're going to balance.
Whip, Whip, let me respond. Order, please. Order, please. Order. Please, let's sit down. Whip, I would like you to understand me that your name was not considered, Deputy Whip. Your name was not considered because you were a minister in the former cabinet, and on top of that, no, you want me to go into details? You want me to go into details? You were a minister of defense, and we could not consider your name. We asked them to resubmit your name.
I don't have a problem with that. It's
Please
not
switch
about
off your
me.
mic.
It's not about me.
Please switch off your mic.
It's not about me.
I am speaking. Whip, I am speaking. Please take your seat. Please take your seat. Please take your seat. Deputy Whip, I gave you a chance. Order. Deputy Whip, I gave you a chance. You spoke. I did not cut you. Let me also speak so that we understand each other. I don't know why you and your whip are panicking just to hear the names. Is there something that maybe you need to tell us? Yes, tell me, whip.
Right, Honourable Speaker.
Mind you, whip, these are just names.
Speaker, first let me make a request, a humble request, that we do not reflect on the name that was withdrawn and the reasons for the withdrawal, because it was withdrawn. So it shouldn't form part of this conversation. Yes. The name was withdrawn behind in your office. Why would you bring it here in the discussion of the House, Speaker? No, we don't have to go that...
Whip, please sit down. Please sit down. It looks like there's bitterness.
No.
That's why I'm trying to clarify, because no one will know. No. Please switch off your mic, Whip. Yes, leader. Honour member, please sit down. Honour member, please sit down.
Right, Honourable Speaker, I stand in this House to provide some very, very valuable insights. The rules of this House are clear. When the Speaker is holding the floor, all of us must listen attentively. If we've got issues to raise, let us raise them in a dignified manner. And therefore, we find ourselves in a situation where we're getting engaged with the speakership. It never looks good. The House is our House. If we've got burning issues, let's raise them in a dignified manner. But let's not be seen to be exchanging. That may not be appropriate. I wanted to guide Right Honourable Speaker.
Thank you. Honour members, we now go to question 96. Choro Konjeni Mangunda. Is it on the same issue? What has gone out of order?
Mr. Speaker, I need your protection, Mr. Speaker. I need your protection. Mr. Speaker, this...
Can I have order?
Mr. Speaker, this issue of inquiry, it's a very serious issue, and no one can joke about this. We are all equally concerned. We loved our Vice President just like any other. Mr. Speaker, this is a House of record, and everything has to be put right. Mr. Speaker, I don't know why is it so difficult that you can call business committee and agree. Otherwise, whatever is happening here is not fair. And I'm not trying to reflect on your ruling, but Mr. Speaker, this is a very serious issue, just as everyone has argued. I would like if you can take it lightly.
Honourable member, I said already, when parties were choosing their names, I did not interfere. The choice for independence sits with the Speaker. You will not tell me what to do, and I will not accept it. Thank you. I am not taking point of orders on the same issue. If any party feels aggrieved, let them follow the process and it will be followed. I think let me finish by that. If MCP feels please put it in writing to my office, then we can take it up from there. Thank you. Lilongwe Likuni, I'm invoking 105 on you. Please leave the chamber. Honour members, I think we are all matured here. I will not tolerate insults. I will not tolerate misbehavior. This is going both ways. Let us behave as honourable members. Do not make my job difficult. Do not make me go into something I do not want to go into. We need to respect one another in this house. Nkota Central, you've been standing. Let me give you 1 minute.
Thank you so much, Mr. Speaker. I think you are making your own job difficult because you are being an extremist, to be honest. Yes.
Honourable member, what did you call me?
An extremist. And
can you elaborate what is that?
A person who has very extreme ideological positions.
I'm also giving you 105. Please leave the house.
Point of order.
I'll go out.
Point of order.
I'll go out very proudly. I'll go out very proudly.
Sergeant Adams.
Remember.
Cholo Konjenima Mangunda in the house. Please confirm your question.
Mr. Speaker, sir. Good morning. I would like to confirm that the question appearing on this order paper really comes from the people of Konjeni Mangunda constituency. But the DPP government answered the question already. So I want to thank the DPP government for responding to my question with agency. And my people are now in the safe hands of Professor Peter Mtariga. Thank you so much, my speaker, sir. Thank you.
So, honour member, you're saying your question was responded to already?
Yes, Mr. Speaker, sir. That question was well responded two weeks ago, and we are safe now. Right now, we are safe.
Thank you very much, Honourable.
Thank you.
We now go to question 97, Nkata Bempamba.
Mr. Speaker, sir, I confirm that the question really represents people of Nkata Bempamba. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Minister of Homeland Security.
Right Honourable Speaker, good morning. Mr. Speaker, sir, let me thank the Honourable Member for Nkata Bempamba for the question. The Honourable Member is asking my ministry to construct a police unit and staff houses at Mpamba Trading Centre, noting that officers operate from a community house and reside in rented houses. Mr. Speaker, sir, first of all, I would like to agree with the honourable member for the need to construct a police unit and staff houses at Mpamba Trading Centre. Let me further acknowledge and commend the people of Nkatabe Mpamba for the initiative to provide a community house to operate as a police unit. However, going by the government policy on police units, the community bears the responsibility of either constructing or renovating police units. Let me therefore request the honourable member to request part of the District Development Fund and or Constituency Development Fund to construct the requested police unit. A plan of the recommended police unit and staff houses can be obtained from the officer in charge in Nkatabe Police Station. I thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you very much. I'll take 3 supplementary questions. Honourable, is that Chikwawa West? Behind, yes, Honourable? Your constituency?
There's a Gromot.
No. Yes, the one raising the hand.
Mzimba West.
Mzimba West.
One of the question, Mr. Speaker.
Okay, the owner of the question. Yeah, we'll start with you, the owner of the question, Chikwawa West and Mzimba West. Thank you.
Thank you, Honourable Speaker, sir. And let me also thank the Minister responsible for the answer well explained. A supplementary question. We have houses at Mpamba. We call it Mpamba housing. A few years ago, there was a housing project at Mpamba. They constructed the houses, and for the past 20 years, they have not been used. So wanted to request if maybe the minister can start using those houses as a police unit while we also work on our CDF budget to construct these houses. At least for a start, maybe we can start with those houses which are just staying for the last 20 years. Those houses have not been used, they are just staying. So if the police unit can start from those houses, then while we work on our CDF budget. So we're asking the minister to consider maybe working with the Minister of Lands to start using the complex which is just staying at Mpamba. Thank you.
Thank you. Chikwawa West.
Thank you very much, Right Honourable Speaker, for recognizing the people of Chikwawa West to ask a supplementary question to the Minister of Homeland Security. Honourable Minister, I've been standing in this house. We were given houses at Chapananga Police Unit as well as Kakoma Police Unit, but the contractors are not on site. For Kakoma, the contractor left in 2024. He has never been back. He's not back. He left the site when he had only done the foundation. We were informed that he was paid money, but he's not on site. For your noting, please help us so that the project can continue. Secondly, for Chapananga Police Unit, the houses, the construction is going on, but the problem is that the contractor has indicated that he doesn't have money to finish the houses at the moment because he's waiting for an advance payment. But now our request is, as you say, that construction of a police unit is under the community and even district council. We managed to construct Chapananga Police Unit using JCD funds. It is a very good office, big one. It has everything, furniture and everything. Our request was, if you may consider us to open Chapananga Police Unit. There's no security in Chapananga. Now this is the second year. We don't have security in Chapananga. We don't have police at Chapananga. Chapananga is a very big trading center, but there is no police. So please help us. While we are waiting that the contractor should finish the houses, we want you, sir, to help us with staff so that they can start work at Chapananga Police Unit as quickly as possible. As you are aware, Chapananga area, we border Mozambique, and our security, we don't have security at the moment. Please help us, Honourable Minister. Thank you very much, Right Honourable Minister. Speaker, thank you.
Indeed, Chapananga is a big trading center and it needs security. Mzimba West.
Thank you, Honourable Speaker. Good morning. I rise to not necessarily offer a supplementary question, but my input, I think, on the way we are proceeding, especially on the questions to the ministers. We have almost a cross-cutting response from the ministers, and by now we know which projects fall under the jurisdiction of the district councils. I was wondering, Honourable Speaker, if we can save time and the business committee filters these questions, looks at the questions which are policy in nature, which the Honourable Ministers could be responding to, whilst we late the other projects which are meant for the councils to be handled at that level. I thought we are putting too much pressure on the ministers to give us the same similar response that we've been getting all along. I submit, Honourable Speaker.
Thank you. Zimba West, you could be right in a way, but also remember that all members of parliament have a right to ask a question. Just as how Chikwawa West has really asked a question, definitely within a few weeks, I'm sure the Minister of Homeland will do something. This helps. The ministers are policy holders, and they will guide us whether to approach another office or see how they can handle, how best they can handle the questions. But I feel doing so would be gagging other members on important issues that would be sorted out right there and then. Just because of these questions, you also heard on question 96 from Tiolo Konjeni, when he reported that because the ministers saw this question on the order paper, it was already sorted out. So in that spirit, I feel the questions are necessary, and it is up to the ministers to guide us. It is their job. Let them do their job. Thank you. Honourable Minister of Homeland.
Thank you, Right Honourable Speaker. The first question was a follow-up from the Honourable Member from Katabe about the Mpamba police unit and houses. I'm happy, Right Honourable Speaker, to learn that there are already structures at Mpamba, which at the moment could be used by the Malawi Police Service in terms of housing as well as the office. We will therefore be engaging the officer in charge in Kadabe Police Station through the Honourable Office of the Inspector General to go to Mpamba and discuss with the locals and see how best they can utilize the structures at Mpamba. The second question was from our dear sister from Chikwawa West, asking about the progress of the staff houses at Chapananga Police Unit. I know that the Ministry of Lands, which is actually was the main contractor, was doing an audit, and that delayed the progress of the construction of these police units. The audit has been completed and payments have been made, and I believe that in due course, the contractor will resume work at the Chapananga Police Unit. The other question which you requested that in between, maybe the minister should consider posting the officers at Chapananga Police Unit. Similarly, I will be engaging the Office of the Inspector General through the officer in charge, Chikwawa, to consider sending officers to the Chapananga Police Unit to make sure that the area indeed is under police security. I think these are the questions. Thank you so much, Right Honourable Speaker, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. We now go to, I can take one more since Zimbabwe West was more of a suggestion. So I'd seen you, yes, I'll take you, Honourable. Your constituency? Nkarabe North.
Yes, sir.
Let me get the point of order from Nkarabe Central.
Mr. Speaker, sir. Thank you very much, Speaker, sir, for granting a chance to ask you a supplementary question to Minister of
Thank you, Nkarabe Central. Minister of Homeland.
Thank you, Right Honourable Speaker. I would like to thank the Honourable Member of Nkarabe North about the justiciar construction of the staff houses. I think, let me make it clear here that the responsibility for the construction of the houses rests in the hands of the Ministry of Lands. I will therefore be checking with my fellow minister to see what happened again to this contractor who just went and looked at the land and nothing has happened up to now. But let me assure you that this project, the construction of houses, is dear at the heart of the DPP government and the Professor Arthur Peter Mutharika. So definitely you'll be assisted on this. Thank you, Honourable Speaker.
Thank you very much, Minister of Homeland. We now go to question 98, coming from Jinji South.
Point of order, Mr. Speaker, sir.
Jinji South, are you standing on a point of order, Honourable? Yes, go ahead.
Honourable Mr. Speaker, sir, is it in order when we have started this morning, but you are only recognizing me in speaking? I also want to speak about the concerns in my constituency. Thank you.
Thank you, Honourable. You'll be the first one to give your comment. I didn't catch you, but definitely we've got to balance it. Thank you for advising.
Mr. Speaker,
Honourable Mchinji South.
Okay.
Thank you so much, Honourable Speaker. Good morning. Osamaguya. Let me, can I be heard in silence, please? Let me confirm that question 98 under my name is indeed the views of the people of Mavwere and also the people of Walilangi Trading Center, where this police post is needed. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mchinji South. Be assured that Speaker Samaguya, City Maguya, Minister of Homeland.
Right, Honourable Speaker, sir. I rise to respond to the question by the Honourable Member for Nchinji South. The Honourable Member is asking my Minister to consider establishing a police unit at Walilangi Trading Center. And I believe that the Honourable Member knows that I'm an interested person when you mention about Walilangi. That's because that's where I have grew myself at Walilangi. Mr. Speaker, sir, let me first of all correct the Honourable Member for Nchinji South that Kamwendo is not a police station but a police post under Nchinji Police Station. But Going back to the question, I would like to agree with the honourable member on the need to construct a police unit at Waliranji Trading Centre, as this will enhance security around the area. An assessment of socio-economic activities in the area and consideration of the distance from the nearest police formation indeed shows a need for the construction and opening of a police unit at Waliranji. However, let me inform the honourable member that government policy empowers communities to bear the responsibility of constructing a police unit. Mr. Speaker, sir, in view of that, I would like to request the honourable member to mobilize his constituents to provide bricks and sand, and through the district council to ask for part of the district development fund and or constituency development fund for the construction of a police unit. A plan of the recommended police unit can be obtained from the officer in charge in Chinji Police Station, and my ministry is ready to deploy police officers once construction of the recommended police unit is completed. In the meantime, the area will still be serviced by Kamwendo Police Post and the roadblock which you are enjoying there now. I thank you, Honourable Speaker, sir.
Thank you so much, Minister of Homeland. We start with Chitipa North. Okay, we'll start with the owner of the question, Chinji South, then we'll go to Chitipa North. And yes, Honorable, your constituency? Deza? Mpuzi, okay. Okay. Yes, in that order. And Chinji South, the owner of the question.
Thank you so much, Right Honorable Speaker. Let me first extend my gratitude to the Minister of Homeland Security for the response timely and also convincing. And let me also assure the ministry that I've taken note of the instructions. We'll do that, asking the community to put a hand. But on the same, let me also add here that we have Namizana National Border Police Post. This place is very important because it looks after the borders along the Mozambique, Malawi, and Zambia-Mozambique borders. But looking at the state where it is now, it's so pathetic. The offices are in dilapidated condition, and also the houses for staff are not even enough. And let me also take this opportunity to ask you so that you can ask the counterpart. There is a stretch of a road from the main road to the police post, which is about 7 kilometers, and this road is in very, very bad condition, and mostly it becomes impassable during the rainy season. But thank you so much, Honourable Minister, for the timely answer. We will take up the instructions as they are. Thank you, Honourable, Right Honourable Speaker.
Thank you, Chinji South. Chitipa North.
Mr. Speaker, sir, thank you very much for recognizing the people of Chitipa North constituency to present the issue to the Minister of Homeland Security. Mr. Speaker, sir, in Chitipa North constituency, this is a district bordering Tanzania and Zambia. We would like to request the Honourable Minister to build the police units in the following areas. At Nkangwa Police Unit is a big trading center where we don't have any police unit there. Also, Kameme area, we need a police unit in that area. And Nkanga, this is a border to Tanzania. And also Chipitu, bordering Zambia and Malawi. And also Soperela, and also Ipenza. In these areas, there are a number of cases, as we were saying, were coming from the bordering areas, so we really need police units so that we can provide and we can have maximum security for the people, and people just enter. So if we have police units designated in those areas with good officers, we will really appreciate. as much as we appreciate, we have CDF, but with a lot of challenges that we have, coupled with the poor road network, we feel it might not be enough. That's why we are requesting the able Minister of Homeland Security to consider the people of Chitipa North constituency. Thank you very much. I submit.
Thank you very much, Chitipa North. There's Ponzi.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker, for granting this opportunity to people of the Zampuzi constituency to ask a supplementary question to the Minister of Homeland Security. Mr. Speaker, sir, I would like to ask the Minister of Homeland Security to consider constructing a police unit at Mpati Trading Center, considering that Mpati Trading Center is located along the Malawi-Mozambique border with numerous uncharted routes that pose potential security risks, and noting the increasing need for strong border security in this area to enhance border surveillance and law enforcement. Furthermore, I would like to ask the Minister about the progress of police houses at Tete and Lobby, which were halted at foundation level, and the contractor is not coming back to proceed the construction. I submit. Thank you.
Thank you, Deza Punzi. Minister of Homeland.
Right, Honourable Speaker. Firstly, I would like to thank the Honourable Member of Nchinji South for his question about the renovation of the Namizana Border Police and the concern about the road which is joining again to the border post. This is noted, and my ministry will engage the Minister of Lands to see how best they can assist in the renovation and construction of houses at the Namizana border post. The second question, Right Honourable Speaker, came from the Honourable Member of Chitipa North, requesting my minister to consider construction of police unit in about a number of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, about 7 police units in her constituencies. I think if we may memory, I think you have included Ipenza, and I think Ipenza has already a police unit, unless maybe something happened to it, but I think you already have the Ipenza police unit. But for the rest, these are new questions, and as we already provide the questions to with regard to the construction of the police units, this is purely the responsibility of the constituents, through you, the Honourable Member, to organize your community in the modding of bricks, and we are there ready to provide for the designs of the police unit and the staff houses. The last one is a question from the Zampuzi constituency requesting my minister to construct a police unit at Mpati, police unit, and the fear is that this is the border area which requires security. This also is a new question, but however, my ministry will also consider deployment of police officers to that area, while you, Honourable Member, is organizing your constituents for the construction of the police unit, which is purely under your responsibility. The final part was the progress about the Tete and Lobby housing projects. As I already indicated, that the delay was due to the audit which the ministry was undertaking, the Minister of Lands, and that the audit is almost over. And we believe that the continuation for the construction of the houses will resume shortly. As already indicated, this government is taking the construction of staff houses at the head of its administration, and I believe that Tete and Lobby will shortly benefit from these housing projects. I submit, Honourable Speaker. Thank you.
Zomba, City North.
Thank you, Right Honourable Speaker, for giving the floor to Zomba City North. Right Honourable Speaker, I would like to commend you that you are always on top of the game and things are moving on well. Today being a private member's day, Right Honourable Speaker, I would like to move that the question time be extended until when we come back from the health break, we continue with question time. Such being the case, Right Honourable Speaker, I beg to move.
Thank you, Zomba City North. Honourable members, we have a motion that we continue with question time after the break. Those of that opinion say aye. Those of the contrary view say no. The ayes have it and the motion is carried. Now, members, I have one communication announcement before we go for health break. In the gallery, we have our guests coming from Doha East, Grace Alliance Private School. Please stand. Thank you very much. I'm not seeing your MP in the house. I'm sure he's outside there with you. But you are most welcome and feel free, enjoy your day here. Thank you very much. That is Grace Alliance Private School from Doha. Thank you. You may sit. Honourable members, it is now 10:47. We go for health break and we'll be back at 11:18. House suspended. Let me ask MCP Whip and your deputy to see me in the office so we can iron out one or two things. Thank you. Yeah, including the leader of opposition.